Well, as it turns out, some of the textbooks your children are studying are filled with harmful inaccuracies, even when it comes to world religions. Joining us now for our continuing series called The Trouble with Textbooks is Fox News religion correspondent Lauren Green. We have found so many examples of inaccuracies. Yes. You've found several when it comes to religion, it seems. Right.
Well, this was based on a study, but religion, let's face it, it's very difficult to teach in public schools because
Absolutely.
we have this thing called the separation of church and state. You either go overboard, you're underboard, or never board. You know,
Yes.
one of those three. So you have to teach about religion. You can't proselytize. But what this study found is that there are many, many mistakes when it comes to religion. When parents send their kids off to school, they trust what their children learn about the world's religions will be accurate and bias-free. But that's not necessarily so, according to a recent 5-year study called The Trouble with Textbooks, Distorting History and Religion. The study's co-author, Dennis Ybarra, found more than 500 religious distortions and errors in textbooks used in public schools all across the country.
Christianity was started by a young Palestinian named Jesus. And the teacher's edition says the answer to that question is true. Jesus was a Jewish rabbi. Christian scriptures say he preached in Judea and Galilee, not Palestine.
Ybarra says publishers employ writers who have little expertise about subjects, use out-of-date information, or bow to special interest groups.
They try to satisfy everyone, and that results in content that is dumbed down to the lowest common denominator.
Ybarra also claims that Christianity and Judaism are treated with more scrutiny when compared to Islam. One textbook glossary says the Ten Commandments are the moral laws Moses claimed to have received from God, while it calls the Quran a holy book of Islam containing revelations received by Muhammad from God. Notice the absence of the qualifier claimed for the Muslim holy book versus the Ten Commandments definition.
The material on Islam is coming only from Muslim scholars who believe that Islam is above criticism.
First Amendment scholar Dr. Charles Haynes has written several books about religion in public schools.
It's very difficult for publishers because they're under all this pressure. I don't think there's any conspiracy to treat one religion better than another. I think sometimes the group that bangs the pot the loudest probably gets the most attention.
That's very true. That's very true. Yes, well, but also consider that 75% of all textbooks are published by 3 companies, just 3 companies. So it makes it much easier for special interest groups to have access to them, and also it makes it easier for errors to get spread to classrooms nationwide.
Scary. And so bang the pot the loudest, I guess, if you find these inaccuracies is what we're encouraging.
Well, and what the study also found is that the Muslim groups tend to bang that pot loudly because they don't believe Islam should be criticized. Christianity and Judaism are used to being held up to a critical eye. Islam is not.
Fox News religion correspondent Laura Green, we appreciate it. We would